What is that line? Okay, that's better. Hi everybody, welcome to the Vegan Brit. It's been a very long time since I made a video, about a month I think. As you saw from the last video I posted, I wasn't very well, but I'm back, much better now, and I'm really excited to try this recipe. I haven't actually ever made it before, so true Vegan Brit form, I'm going to show you guys how to make something that I don't know how to make. Let's see how it goes. This is actually a recipe from the Bosh boys. They've got some really excellent recipes. They've got their own YouTube channel as well. And the recipe that I'm going to try today is Holy Trinity Louisiana Gumbo. I haven't actually eaten gumbo before. Traditionally, gumbo has seafood in it, prawns and shrimp and things like that, and I'm allergic to that kind of thing. So I've never actually tried gumbo before, but this vegan version's got lots of really yummy vegetables, including something called okra, which you might know as lady's fingers, and because my family have roots in Sri Lanka, we would call this bandakka, and it's quite, I guess you would say it's an acquired taste. I've always loved this, and it doesn't sound very pleasant, but it's got quite a slimy texture inside. I think it's really delicious, and my mum cooks it really well. Never tried it really in any other dish. I've only ever eaten it on its own, so I'm really interested to see how this will turn out. You should be able to find okra, aka lady's fingers, aka bandakka, in Tesco or Sainsbury's or like your typical supermarket, but you're more likely to find it in your local ethnic stores, so check them out. Probably be a lot cheaper as well. So there's a lot of ingredients to this gumbo. You can see there quite a long list, and of course I went out shopping this morning and I forgot some of the things on the list, but I've managed to pull things together. So instead of fresh thyme, I'm using dried thyme. I'm sure it's not going to make that much of a difference. And this is called the Holy Trinity Louisiana Gumbo because apparently in a gumbo the Holy Trinity is celery, peppers and onions. This recipe calls for green peppers, but I actually forgot to get green peppers. I'm going to be honest with you, I forgot to get green peppers, but I don't really like green peppers as much as red, orange or yellow peppers, so I've got yellow and red peppers for the recipe, but of course you can use green peppers if you can get a hold of them. But honestly, don't be worried by how long the list is. It's a one pot dish, so I basically just got to chop everything up and throw everything in the pan. I'm not worried about it. I'm normally worried about things that are new, but this is just a really yummy veggie packed soup essentially. I have no idea how it's going to taste, and I'm excited to get going. So for your Bosh Holy Trinity Louisiana Gumbo, you're going to need onions, celery. Oh, my water bottle's been in shot the whole time. Just ignore that, okay? Peppers. The recipe calls for green peppers, but you can use any colour pepper you want. Garlic, okra or bandakka or lady's fingers, chestnut mushrooms, tomatoes, thyme. I'm using dried thyme, but if you can get fresh thyme, use that instead. Olive oil, salt and pepper. The recipe calls for plain flour, but my sister can't have wheat, so instead I'm using corn flour. She doesn't have any gluten-free flour left, but corn flour should work fine. Tomato puree, apple cider vinegar, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, dried oregano, Tabasco sauce, vegetable stock, bay leaves, kidney beans. You can also use spring onions as an optional garnish at the end, and you can serve it with rice, or if you have a vegan cornbread recipe, that's more traditional. I'm going to be serving mine with quinoa because I had a butter bowl yesterday and I've got quinoa left over and I like quinoa. So that's what I'm going to serve mine with. I'm sure it will taste great by itself. So now that we've got all of our ingredients, I'm going to chop everything up. This is going to be like a meditation for me. So I'm going to meditatively cut up all my vegetables, and you guys can watch that on a time lapse. So let's go to a time lapse. Whoa, that was a lot of chopping. I feel like I've run a marathon or achieved something really big, like a Tough Mudder or something, but with chopping vegetables. These are your onions and your peppers and your mushrooms. And there's one thing I need to tell you because I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with lady's fingers, there's like a little bit at the top. Cut that off and throw it away. You don't eat that bit. The little bits at the end are fine as well. And when you cut them, you'll see they're a little bit slimy. Like I said, some of you might not like that, but give it a go. I think it's really nice. Now that we've got all our veggies chopped, let's start cooking. So my oil is heating up. I think it's maybe a bit too hot at the moment, so prepare for a lot of noise and a lot of spitting. So I'm adding in the onions, peppers, and I told you. Look at me saying I told you like it's your fault. Oh, it smells really good already. I'm really excited for this. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me in the microphone? Now that this is softened, I'm going to add my garlic, my okra, lady's fingers, bandakka, and my mushrooms. So many mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Delish. Right, I'm using corn flour. The recipe says just flour. I'm sure it will be fine. I hope that's not my famous last words. But the recipe does say to cook this for quite a while until it browns. So I'm going to exercise a little bit of patience. I'm quite patient. Right, it's not gone brown, but I have used corn flour, so maybe that's why. But I'm not really so bothered about the colour. It's all about the taste. It looks beautiful right now anyway, so I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm going to check everything else in now. Chopped tomatoes, tomato puree. This is my spice mix with the smoked paprika and the thyme and the oregano and all of that lovely stuff. Vegetable stock. Let's get all the flavour out of the spice mix. And I've got my kidney beans and my bay leaves. Bay leaves. There we go. Beautiful. One bit Aussie there. Beautiful. I'm going to put this on the back burner for, the recipe says about half an hour, so I'm going to leave it on the back burner, wait for the stock to thicken up and all the flavours to infuse, and I will bring you back to check it out when it's all cooked. And voila, here is the finished gumbo. I've been smelling it cooking all afternoon and I'm really excited to try it. I've served mine with quinoa, but you can serve it with rice, or like I said, if you can get like a vegan cornbread recipe, I think that's traditional with this. But anyway, enough talking, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to get a little bit of everything, especially the lady's fingers, because that's my favourite bit. It's really nice, and I've drowned it in Tabasco as well because I like it spicy. But what I really like about this is like how big and chunky the vegetables are. Don't cut them down too small. I think it's much nicer with the big chunks of mushroom and the lady's fingers, and it's really nice and warm and filling and comforting. I'm probably going to go and put a dollop of coconut yogurt on this as well when I finish filming, so I'm going to go off and eat this. Thank you for watching. It's good to be back. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Last time I looked at the analytics for the video, it's like 70% of people who are actually watching my videos aren't subscribed, and it really helps me if you subscribe. I'm just growing my channel. I've not even been going for a year, and ideally I'd like to be able to earn some money by making my videos, and you guys subscribing really helps with that. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment below if there's something you want me to make a vegan food video on, or if you have any questions, and I'll see you all next week. Bye! Give that like button a hit and subscribe to the Vegan Brit.